Hello, Jerry with Games Die For here. What we're going to do today is do a little prepping on a model and do some assembly. This is going to be the Wolfgang Amadeus model from Operation Crimson Stone. We kind of have a body here, this, and an arm. He's pretty much a three-piece model, makes him pretty easy to go together. Pretty much have all the tools needed. If you decide to pen, there is a pen drill here. I find this to be a handy-dandy device. Make sure you have at least two kinds of files. I've got a flat, a square, and a half moon, which gives you that rounded edge you need. I find those are my three most used ones. Nice little pair of tweezers here that have spring back grip, so that way it'll hold something for you. And a sculpting tool, which I find great for making the holes in your bases. We're going to use a standard base for these guys, which is the line of fire ones. You have little notches on the side just in case you can't miss. Always have a good, reliable pair of snips. These are from, I think, P3 or Army Painter, one of the two. They work really well. The Gaines Workshop snips do not work well for metal models. I would suggest getting a different pair. They are great for plastic, super smooth cut, but not for metal. I find a curved hook pair of pliers is really good. Sometimes you need to put a piece in a weird angle. Don't use it very often. Have a saw. Bone saws are something that I find on metal I use more than anything, but I try to not use this if possible. I actually do not use an X-Acto knife. I use a file for all my cleanup, and then the snips, so I find the X-Acto knife doesn't do anything for me in particular. Sometimes have a metal ruler. You need to create a straight cut, and I found that this will help. And always cut on a nice cutting material. This mat has served me great for almost 8 years now. So I'm gonna keep using this brand as long as possible. First off, what I like to start with is we'll do cleanup on the model. And that's gonna be, the biggest thing is to get all the flash off. And we're gonna focus on the other camera. We're gonna nip all these off, and then we're gonna file them to get the smooth areas we need. You can see some nice little pieces. I'm going to really try to clean this up as best as possible. And we're going to nip all the bigger pieces off. First starting with, I normally start with like hand pieces and things I have to attach first before I do the body, because then I can do what's called dry fitting. That's where you're going to try to see the thing fits in particular where you want it. Got a pretty healthy piece of flash here. I think we'll just take that off. And if you grab a hold of flash where you cut it, put your finger right over the top of it, it'll keep it from popping out into what we call no man's land, because they can shoot pretty good distance if you get some pieces that are really snug. It doesn't happen as much as Infinity models because of the material they use. I find this to be a pretty high grade of what we call white metal. That's going to take some filing. Nice little piece in there. And this is really normal in your metal models. They need a little bit of cleanup. And I do believe we're ready to do some filing. So I like to start with a flat where I can. And I like to use the half moon because it's a flat and a round side. Because as an example, I got this nice little spot here. It's in a groove, and I'm going to use the half moon. I like to do my file in one direction. That allows it to cut really well. Flip that over, and we're going to get a nice filing there. So we'll probably, I'm going to finish up my filing here. I'm just going to do the whole model, and you may see this with at a different speed because I don't want to try to talk you through the entire process of filing. And we'll just grab the voices when I need them. after that, what I try to do is what's called a, gotta take off my glasses, I can't see anything at a distance, I can only see up close. A dry fit. And that fits pretty good there. And this guy here looks like he's fitting together pretty smooth. All right. So the dry fit shows that he works. And now we're going to take the base part. And like I said, I love my little spike tool. I'm going to find. I get up pretty close to figure this out. I'm going to find the best position. This one's going to face the direction I want him to. I think we're looking at right there. So what I do is take that little bit there and I scratch the base. I'm going to get my spike and insert the two ends of this. Go ahead and check my fit. That's going to be exactly those holes I've just made are going to fit right in between that. So then it's really pretty easy. I can do it with the spike if I want, but we'll poke that middle hole. We're going to try to do it from just that. And maybe I need to make the hole a little bigger. And it is going to need just a hair more. So actually what I do is I get, wait a minute, here it is. I grabbed the wrong tool. So I get this sculpting tool I like to use. I find some other of people that I know use a screwdriver for this. The idea is just make it a little bit bigger, and keeping the material in there allows it to fit a little more snugly. That might just be a little bit off. Ah, there we go. And I don't know if you can hear that, but there was a kind of a snapping noise where it snapped into position. That's exactly what you want. This here is just going to stay there now. But we want to be more secure. So we're going to kind of wiggle that out of there. It is really snug. I got that in there better than I thought. You kind of might have heard the snap again. Well, I'm going to use a new bottle of glue. I am going to be honest, I am not a fan of Zap-A-Gap. But right now in the times we are, this is the only thing available. And my favorite glue, Quit Making Glue, or Quit Making Good Glue. Gale Force 9 used to make an amazing glue, and they quit. So what I do is I drop here, drop here, I drop here, and I'm gonna just bring that up there. Get that snap there, it's snapped in position again. Still snug. We're gonna give that just a few minutes. I like to give each glue spot about a good 2-minute wait. The base is dry here with the lower torso or the legs. We're gonna just put this upper torso on. I like to put the glue, there's a pin piece here that fits in, so I like to put the glue in the non-pin piece. We're gonna take this, I'm not squeezing this, I'm just letting a little bit rub on it. At least that's my technique. Seems to work pretty well. And then I'm going to push this together a little bit because he doesn't like to fit perfectly, it seems. There we go. I need to wait about 2 minutes for that to glue, and then I can put on his arm. What we have is just the arm. We waited a couple minutes here. And again, I like to put it in the receiving joint. Just a little bit there. Piece that goes in. And the biggest reason I do that is, and we got that there. He's gonna go in. I'm gonna hold this one for a minute. Now this is gonna seem crazy, but one of the best things you can do is do a little bit of spitting and blowing on the model, which is a light amount, not talking like cover it and drench it, but because super glue is moisture activated, and that will help hold it in place. We're done there. I know that's crazy, but that actually works. And we're going to wait here about 2 minutes, and this one will be good.